and welcome back. So today we will be performing AWS Academy Lab project Cloud Security Builder, and we will be performing the phase 1 of it, which is securing data in Amazon S3. So let us check the details. Like in this phase, we are challenged to begin implementing security settings in the AWS account, and we have been asked to secure customer data that is stored in Amazon S3. The leadership team of any company financial has heard about recent data breaches at the other companies and wants to protect customer data from unauthorized access. The company wants to do the following: limit access to buckets to certain account managers who are in the account manager group, enable versioning on S3 buckets and all objects in them, enable object logging in all S3 buckets, enable all buckets by using server-side encryption with Amazon S3, managed keys, which is SSE-S3, implement Amazon S3 inventory to keep running in inventory of all files that are stored in Amazon S3. By end of this phase, we will have the architecture that is shown in this following diagram. Like user Polo can access all the policies, and user Mary is unable to access these. Let us begin with task 1, which is create a bucket, apply a bucket policy, and test access. So in this task, we are challenged to create a bucket, apply a bucket policy to it, and then test whether Polo and Mary can access the bucket. After we connect to the Amazon management console, we will notice that we will be logged in as Voclabs user IAM role. Let me just click on it, wait for it to load. Alright, so I am logged in as Voclabs user. Wait, let me just okay, perfect. So apparently we will be performing these tasks, so let me just okay, perfect here. So in this following, we will be like in the Amazon S3 console, notice that few buckets have been created. Let me just access S3. Open it in a new tab, copy the unique ID from the bucket names. With the same unique ID is appended to the end of each bucket. So here we have all the buckets here with the unique IDs. Let me just open one of these. So we copy the unique ID of it. Okay, let me just copy the name instance here. Okay, so now what I will be doing is create a new bucket named data bucket unique to it, which is in the US East 1 region. Okay, let me just name it and copy the UI. Okay, and the region is unique ID US East 1. Okay, we are in the US East 1 region. It will be a general purpose bucket here, and our objective is to keep it when we create. Notice that server side encryption is always enabled. Let me check server side encryption. Alright, server side encryption SSE-S3 is already enabled in it. Bucket key enabled by default. Note when you create the bucket, note that the server side encryption is okay. All future references to bucket name and these instructions we will use the short name without the unique ID. We refer to as data bucket. Okay, so let us just create a bucket here. Alright, so we have the data bucket here. The previous one was from my previous instance, but we don't have to use it for now, because I had to reset it, and due to which all of the previous one IDs were refreshed with the new instance unique ID here. We will be using this bucket, not this bucket here. Okay. So for a new bucket, we will upload an object to it. Okay. Okay. So upload it. Okay. So let me just first of all create a file. Save it on desktop. My file.txt instance should be all files. Okay. So let me just upload the file, my file.txt, add files, desktop, my file.txt, open. And let me just upload it in the data bucket here. Alright, file has been uploaded successfully here. So here are the configurations of it. Just close it. We have the file here, and now for our next is we will be authoring author a bucket policy for the data bucket and apply it to the bucket. The bucket policy should include two statements. Be careful, as one common mistake that can cause significant issues during resource cleanup is applying a blanket deny all policy on an S3 bucket. Once applied, this policy will block access to the bucket and its content here. So the first statement should do is like allow, and the second should be like a deny policy for it. Include a condition that the ARN equals the ARN for the Vocalabs IAM role, the Polo IAM user, or the Sophia IAM user. So we will be applying a policy for Polo and Sophia, not for Maria. And for the second policy, deny all Amazon S3 service actions for all power principals for data bucket and all objects in it. Include a condition that the ARN doesn't equal the ARN for the Vocalabs IAM role, the Polo IAM user, or the Sophia IAM user. So for this, we will now, first of all, we will be applying a bucket policy to it. So let us go to the permissions tab in here in the data bucket. And now for this, we need to be very careful with the instances IDs here. Let us just edit the bucket policy here. Like we will be using a written in a JSON format. Let me just copy the JSON policy, which was done in previous Vocalab roles. Let me just simply just close these two. Okay. So here we have applied the bucket policy in it. Let me just expand this first. So regarding this data bucket, let me just check the data bucket instance here. This one, we will be editing it. Data bucket ID here. Okay, copy it, and I will just let me just simply paste one. Two, and similar for this here as well. Okay, for now the vocabs role, let me just mm, let me just go to the IAM, open link in new tab, wait for it to load. Users, let me just see the details of Paulo and Sophia, and for Mary just in case as well, whether the account ID is same or not. Okay, so here we may have to copy this. I think it's the same, I guess. Yes, same, same. All right, just go back. So what I will be doing is I will be editing the account IDs of the following. Simple. We just 697352. Let me just copy this. I will be just simply just pasting this. For same for here as well. 1 2 3. Okay, so here's, let me just 697873913752. Okay, here I have just let me check the buckets and everything. We need to be very careful of this, because if we add the policy here, our bucket might imply those policies. So let me just save the changes here. Okay, so it was now successful. We can edit it as well if we want, as many times as we want, but be careful. If you deny access, policy you made has been implied on it, so it may result in an unsuccessful attempt. Let me just go with the requirements here. Okay, so now in the next step we will be opening an incognito tab or a private browser, log in to the AWS management control using the Paulo IAM user. Okay, let me just make sure whether all the steps have been applied or not. So the bucket policy has been applied. We may have to test the Paulo user here, so let me just open new incognito window here. But before that, let's go back to the security credentials for the Paulo user. Copied, paste, user Paulo. So from here we will be I will be now copying the password and sign in. Alright, success. Okay, 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 okay. No need for that. So let me just first of all close this instance here. So now we have to verify the access here, like whether Polo user can access it or not. Our data bucket here. Let me just open the data bucket. This one has been deprecated as of right now. Okay. Alright, so he can access the data bucket. Verify he can access the data bucket and download objects from there. Let me just download. Okay, he is able to download it. Download here. Let me just download it here. Simply. Oh, come on. Save it. Let's verify whether he was able to download it or not. Alright, he was able to download it. User Polo. Okay. Verify he can access the data bucket and download objects from it. Verify he can't access the contents of any other bucket in the account. Okay. So let us check whether he can get access to all these buckets or not. CloudTrail logs or S3 inventory or the logs. Let us just check and re-verify from it, for the user Polo. Okay. Okay. So he can't access, insufficient permissions. Okay. So the Polo user should be able to access the data bucket and the objects inside it however. Okay, so this here is our task is to log the Polo user out of the console, then use the same incognito window or private browser window to test the Mary user's access to Amazon S3. Okay, so here what I will be doing is I will be logging it on the sign out. Let's sign out the Polo user from incognito. And now next we will be applying for Mary, for the Mary user. Okay, let me just copy it, incognito, paste it, wait for it to load. I am username Mary. I have to go back here. Mary credential. Let me just copy this, paste it, sign in. Let me just close this, open link in new tab for Mary user. So now for test the Mary user has access to Amazon S3, verify she sees that 4 of the buckets show access status buckets and objects not public, however the data bucket shows access status error. Okay, let us just verify this with the data bucket here, open link in new tab. Okay, so yeah, insufficient permissions to list after you or your AWS administrator has updated your permissions to allow the S3 actions. Refresh the page and learn more about it. Okay, so here the user Mary is unable to access, although the buckets lists are showing here, but she doesn't have but it will be insufficient permissions to list object errors, like administrator hasn't assigned the role, like the Voclabs users has not assigned a role to it. Okay. Okay, so for the questions for thought is we can answer these later. So here our task 1.1 is done. So now enable versioning and object level logging on a bucket here. So let me first of all sign out the user Mary, close the incognito tab, as for right now we don't need it. So now we are back here. So we can use the IAM later onwards regarding this. So now what we'll be doing is ensure that you are using the browser session where you are logged into the console as a Voclabs user here. Okay. Enable versioning on the data bucket. You might have practiced this in the AWS Academy Cloud Architecting, like okay. Enable server access logging on the data bucket. Configure the logs to be written to the S3 object access log. Add data bucket as a prefix to the target path. It doesn't need to include. Okay. Enable server access logging to the data bucket to configure the logs to be written to the S3 objects access log bucket. S3 object access log. Let us just open it. Wait for it to load. Alright. Configure logs to be written to the add / data bucket as a prefix to the target. Objects. Let me just find where I have to go. Metrics. Enable server access logging on the data bucket. Configure the logs to be written to the S3 objects access log bucket. Bucket has already been created here. General purpose. Okay. Enable server access logging on the data bucket. So server access logging, enable. Okay. Add / data bucket to the policy. Okay. Verify that the bucket policy for the S3 object access log bucket now includes a statement to allow. At this point, although you might want to test versioning and destination data bucket, your source bucket. Format slash optional prefix with path slash data ck. Okay, so now here the destination prefix has been set. We have to set the prefix to it, like with path to it, like add slash data bucket as a prefix to the end of the target bucket path. It doesn't need to match the actual data bucket name. Okay, so log object key format destination prefix, like unique string here. Okay. Okay. To speed up analytics inquiry, I think we shall go with this one. Save changes. Okay, so here task 1.2 is done in this task. So now let us move on to task 1.3, which is implement the S3 inventory feature on a bucket. In this task, we are challenged to enable the S3 inventory feature to monitor changes to objects that are stored in an S3 bucket. S3 inventory provides a scheduled report of the metadata and object level. So enable the S3 inventory feature on the data bucket. Okay. You notice in buckets management tab, use the following: use inventory as the inventory configuration name, include all objects versions, set the S3 inventory bucket as the destination for report details, set Apache Parquet. Alright, enable S3 inventory on the data bucket here. Let me just close these as of right now. Okay, we have to go into the management tab. We may have to create inventory configuration. Apache Parquet. So for object we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We may have to select all these 6. Select all 6. Additional metadata object fields. It can take up to 48 hours for AWS to deliver the first inventory report. Okay. Inventory. Let us just create. Alright. In this task, you are challenged to access the AWS account as the power user and upload an object to the data bucket. Then you are challenged. So now our task 1.3 is complete. In next task 1.4, we will confirm that versioning works as intended. In this task, we are challenged to access the AWS account as the Apollo user and upload an object to the data bucket, then we are challenged to confirm that the versioning is enabled. So we may have to create a file customers.csv, and okay, so let me just open notepad, close, again open. Let me just copy these values, paste it, save it as customer.csv, customer.csv, all files, save. Okay, customers.csv. Okay, no issue. We can just simply rename it. Let us just verify it whether CSV has been made or not. Yes, it has been made. So log into the IAM role. Again, we may have to go to IAM role, building a new tab. So for Polo, copy, new incognito window, paste it. Let us just go back to the AWS details once more again. Polo, let us so we will be uploading the customers.csv file to the data bucket here. Okay, add files. Here is our customers file, upload. Success. Log into the AWS account as Polo and upload it, and after you upload the file, check the server-side encryption settings that are applied. Should be encrypted. Okay, so here with the checksum it has been now encrypted. Server-side encryption with Amazon S3 SSE-S3. Okay, An object can be stored in an okay. So we have to edit our customers.csv file. Two more rows of data at the bottom of the file. Right after we upload, notice the versions that are available. Okay. So next will be like adding two more rows to it. Save it, and next we will uploading it this file again. Upload successfully. So here we have after you upload the file, notice the versions data. There was a way logged in as the upload the new version of the customer file to the data bag. After you upload the file, notice the versions. You just refresh it again. Versions here. Let me just enable bucket versioning here. Okay. Let me just upload it again. So now here we have two versions of the document here. Now let's reopen the current version. Open it. Okay, so we don't need to just know about this one. Okay. Login and take action. Then SSE consultation login. So now we will be logging the Apollo user out. So let me just remind you, you may have to enable bucket versioning before you edit your CSV files, because the reason is that because the reason is simple, is because of editing I have added two customer files to the data. So before you edit, you may have to upload it before, but you may have to enable bucket versioning first. Anyways, so now let me just check it for the Mary user here. Okay, I have less time here. Copy. Because the default permission has already been applied, so log the try to access. As you saw earlier, the my user cannot access this bucket or its content anyways, so which is true for it. Alright, insufficient permissions. Okay, so let us just simply just sign out this user here, because the reason is because we are unable to access that, so it won't be any needing of it. So now for our task 1.5, confirm object level logging and query the access logs by using Athena. In this task we are challenged to confirm the S3 object level logging when when enabled earlier is successfully writing log data to S3. We will also use Athena to query these logs in the browser session where we are logged into the console as the voclabs role. Observe the objects that are stored in the S3 object access log bucket. Download one of the objects, open it and review its contents. Okay, let me just close these for now, this one as well. Okay, so now for this S3 object access logs, remove one of the objects and open it to review it. So why am I not getting any objects? No objects, why? S3 objects access log bucket. I think, was it connected? Strange, I should be getting any buckets. Objects access log. We need to wait up to 15 minutes before the log entries appear for more information. Download one of the objects, open it and review the contents. So I'm not getting any objects here. Strange. It should be management metrics. S3 object access logs. S3 object access log. Download one of the objects, open it, and review the contents. Access logs. I am inside this, but why am I not getting any objects in this instances? I should be getting some objects in it. Wait, I think I might have done some mistake in this. I am in the right bucket. Let's refresh the buckets. Strange, I should be getting some logs in it. S3 objects access logs. No? Why? Why am I not getting any logs in it? No. Let me just check with the tags. Copy. No enable access was done. I think whether did I do it with the Apollo user here? Oops, my mistake. Or do I have to wait 15 minutes for it? Like, check it here. Insufficient permissions, like I don't have any permissions set for me here. Block. Access points. I haven't even created any access points in it. Choose properties, tags. Object. So I think I'll have to wait 15 more minutes for it. Like creation was there. So metadata find the right one. S3 objects access log. Okay, download one of the objects, open it, and review the contents. And although I am not getting any details in this, like one of the objects and open it. No objects still found. No objects. You can use Amazon S3 inventory to get a list of all objects. So what has happened here? Did I do any mistake in it? Like inventory. No. Yes. S3 only object stored logs stores were here. No. Points. Management. Metrics. Permissions. Block public access is granted buckets and objects through access controllers, bucket policy, access points are all in order to ensure that block all public access key settings apply only. Should be getting object logs in it. Why am I not getting any objects log in it? I can't understand this part. Like this buckets AWS config S3 download all of the review it to the contents in the one session where download one of the objects. Observe the objects that are stored in the S3 object access log bucket. Like the logs should be displayed in it, but unfortunately I am not getting any objects log as of right now at this very instance moment. Just open it. No, I'm not signed out. Object access log bucket, download one of the buckets, open it and review the contents. I have to download it, but I'm not getting any. I think I might have done some mistakes in it. I think so. Data properties, bucket versioning. In the session where you are logged into the console as the mobile app, observe the objects that are stored in the S3 objects access log, download one of the objects, open it and review the content. Access logs are delivered on a best effort basis. You might need to wait up to 15 minutes before the log entries appear for more information. So do I have to wait 15 minutes before the log entries appear? To wait up to 15 minutes. I think let me just wait for 15 minutes, I guess, for the logs could appear here. It has never happened before. last task of it, but I'm not getting any object details here. Although everything was set to it. Logs are delivered on a best effort basis. You might need to wait up to 15 minutes before the log entries appear. For more information, about the log format, see around everyone. Without any objects logged to analyze, we might not be able to perform the task 1.5 as of right now. Have to wait a bit more for this. All 6 of those objects were selected, but should be getting logs details in it. Objects that are stored in this